What's up guys, and welcome back to Europe, and yeah, I think this week, providing nothing ridiculous comes out of like left field and just absolutely annihilates us, we're going to try and take on France. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to take our army, main army, from Copenhagen, bring it round and attack Amsterdam. Meanwhile, we'll be bringing an army from Milan. We'll have to attack Turin, which will be a bit of an, bit more of a challenge than, I think it's probably going to be the biggest challenge actually, trying to take Turin, just because of they've got quite a large amount of troops in Turin, and they have another kind of large, well, not really large, a sort of small but not completely irrelevant army sitting here, just kind of outside, which we'll have to deal with as well. Paris itself, unless it's changed, I sent a rake up there a while ago, and he got annihilated trying to enter Paris, but what he saw wasn't that bad. There wasn't that much troops inside Paris. That may have changed in the last few episodes, few weeks, but I hope that it hasn't. I think France will be mostly trying to deal with Austria over here. I think they're probably their biggest enemy at the moment. We can just have a quick look, see what France's situation in the world is. They are at war with quite a lot of folk. Austria, they're like, are they still around? They're, I thought they were Northern America, like Canada sort of area. Maybe not. I don't know. I thought they'd all disappeared. Denmark, who have only got Iceland left. Sardinia for some reason, and Barbary Straits, who literally everybody's at war with pretty much. So yeah, Austria is their main enemy. They are at war with all of this down here, which is the Barbary Straits. But I don't think that's going to be a big issue for them. I think Austria is their biggest issue at the moment. So I think most of their troops will be built up around here. I'm surprised that Amsterdam doesn't have more troops in it, but I think Cologne and Strasbourg's probably where the most of their troops is. That was awful English. Where most of their troops are positioned, and I think Turin as well, obviously. I'm not sure why they've got as many troops there. I wonder if they're worried about the Genuines, but they, yeah, they probably should take some of that army, move it up that direction somewhere. But meanwhile, we'll also try and take over New Orleans at the same time. We have an army up in this fleet that we managed to escape from Antigua last week in a great escape. Got ourselves way up there, and then we managed to get ourselves a peace treaty with Gran Colombia, which was the issue. Why I didn't try and do that earlier, I don't know, but we got away from them, and now we don't have to worry about them. So we'll come down here, and we'll position ourselves inside Pensacola over here, and just wait for the go, and then we'll go and take New Orleans. Well, that's the plan at least. Yeah, that's going to be today's, or this week's efforts. We'll end turn, because again, I do this at the point of just before ending turn and have no money, so we'll end turn, and we'll not give Austria technology. And yeah, I'll get back to you in a minute. Actually, while I'm here, well, I'm always here, but while I remember, I spoke about this in the video that went out on Friday, which was the serial cleaner video. About, there was a couple of folk asking for shout-outs, which I did in that video, but yeah, I'm thinking in the next week's videos and stuff like that, I'm going to start doing featured comments pop up along the bottom corner of the videos. So if you put a comment in a video that's funny or interesting, stuff, for fuck's sake. Right, give me a minute. Yeah, if it's funny or interesting in some way, then I'll have a featured comment pop up in the bottom corner. So if you comment on videos, then you might see yourself in a video in a week's time or so. So as I said in that video, it'd be if you commented on one of my FIFA videos, then it'd be the next week's FIFA video. If it was the Empire video, it'd be the next week's Empire video. So it's not going to cross between series. So if you comment on one of the Empire videos, then if your comment's going to get featured, if I decide to feature it, then it'll be the next Empire Total War video. So yeah, now we've got that out of the way, I'm gonna have to attack these guys. Hopefully they just kind of lumber around outside the walls and take cannonballs all day again, and that would be quite nice. But we'll see what happens. What is this? What the hell? Who thought that was a good idea? Let's just line our troops up in like an actual queue across the, like, that is, unless you did it from one corner to the other, that's about as far as you could possibly get. And there's still loads of them left over. This queue could keep going. Well, that's taking the biscuit for the weirdest formation the game's put us in at the start of a battle. There's been some weird ones, but that is something else. That really is. I'm just gonna send my cavalry after them. Go on, lads, charge them. Well, that was a rapid end to the war or the battle. So yeah, we've now seen off that group of units, and yeah, we fight on for another day, holding that small, well, it is quite a small town down in the south of India. So they can clear off, you guys can clear off, and yeah, we hold on to Arcot for another day. This might be a stupid idea, but I think we might be able to beat them. Right, okay, that's a lot closer than I expected. Right, YOLO! And we lost. But we have reduced their numbers quite significantly. Why would you go up there? What kind of stupid was that? You walked, like, just past Christiana up to this random forest, like, lumber mill. Just go back here! Idiots. All of you, get on the ships. Right, so now we're ready to take on France. Almost. Why is that lagged out the game? Putting those troops on the ship just, like, completely killed the game. We'll take this this group of soldiers, and we'll take out this this army, and we'll take them down to Copenhagen, and then we'll merge with these guys and take the best we've got and take them for towards Amsterdam. I forgot that we have like 7 generals just positioned inside Milan. So although we have a full-sized army, they're not actually that great, because half of our army's cavalry, so it's not actually going to be all that useful in battle. Well, it's going to be useful, but it's not going to be useful when we're trying to take on a city, because they can't get up the walls. I think what we'll do is we'll just disband some of these guys, because they're not really necessary, and we'll start. I've got no money. We'll recruit a couple of units here. I've got some coming from Rome who are almost made it, just to supplement. And then where's that French army gone? It's disappeared. That's quite useful actually. If that French army clears off, then and isn't nearby, then we can take Turin without having to worry about them. Why are you attacking us? Just auto-resolve that. Pretty much all of them got killed. Don't even know why they thought that was a good idea. Right, hopefully this kills them all. Good stuff, right. So now we don't have to worry about those rebels anymore. We'll get the folk back out of the lumber mill and put them back into the city where they should have gone in the first place. And we'll just replenish them. For some reason, we're not making that much money anymore from our trade, so I just want to see what's going on here. See, apparently we're making 29,000, so we're obviously just spending loads on yeah, our army upkeep is ridiculous at the moment. Right, so now that Swedish army is dealt with, rebel army, we can now bring our troops over here. We were a bit worse for wear. They could be in a bit of a better shape, but they're not too bad. So these guys are all getting replenished, which I think should probably maybe take a turn. 1 turn. Interestingly, the French have left this port undefended, which means we can actually drop our troops there and continue walking. So we could potentially in 1 turn get to Paris without having to stop and wait and then go and take them. So I think that's quite a... As long as that stays open, that's a very useful thing. They moved them up here for some reason. I'm thinking in a turn or so, once we've also got these guys recruited, I might split this army, which is a bit of a dangerous game to play, because given the size of armies that are over here. But I might split them and take half of them up towards Calcutta or Cuttack and take one of those places. So that's a potential for the next turn as well. But the Marathas don't seem like that interested in taking us. I mean, they've been like attacking us every turn, but they've not really sent any real armies at us. They've only sent like half-sized armies, and they have the ability to send a full army. They just haven't done it yet. So I don't know if they're trying to like get rid of some of our strength first and then come after us, but they're not doing a very good job of it because they keep losing more men themselves than they manage to kill. So yeah, it's not a great use of their forces. Oh, here they come. I don't really want to intercept them, to be honest. I'd rather fight them. Yeah, I'd rather fight them on our terms, like with them attacking us, than us going straight in at them. So, but that has just put another biscuit in the soup, whatever that means again. Yeah, with us splitting that army and taking it up north, up towards Calcutta. And for some reason, the game has been getting this point where it keeps stopping every time it gets to the Ottoman Empire. So I don't know what the Ottomans are doing, but it's causing the game to have an absolute nightmare trying to simulate it all. Happens every turn. Finally! God. I have no idea what the Ottomans are doing, but that was a solid like 5 minutes of just sitting doing absolutely nothing. How? Please explain how Sweden, with their one territory, who I could have wiped off the face of the earth and I gave them a pass, how are they still ranked strong under power and feel that they can come in with an offer like this, like give us 3 technologies and we'll give you 10 turns of military access, which I have no need for? Why? Why do you think that's like some sort of reasonable demand? And why are they still strong? Although they are destitute, so, I mean, probably only a matter of time before they eventually die and give up to the Russians anyway. Right, get some explosive rockets researched. I imagine it's become a military hospital. So Swansea, you're going up in the world. Going up in the world. Very quickly. It wasn't even last week that you just decided to pop up and now you're already becoming a military hospital. So, France have left Le Havre completely undefended, which means we now have a free path to just walk straight into Paris. In one turn we should be able to get straight into Paris. Over here, what I'll do is I shall take... That's not what I meant to press. This entire army, and we'll put them on the ship. Right, so we'll take these guys and we'll send them over there as well. Apparently we won't. Apparently we won't. We'll get just to the edge of it and stop. Right. One more turn. We couldn't attack Amsterdam in one turn anyway because, like in this turn, because our units have already walked all that distance, so even if we got here, we would still be stuck here. So I want a situation where I can just walk straight into Amsterdam, which means waiting another turn, and the possibility that France will put their fleet, one of their fleets, back in that port. Yeah, I'm questioning whether it's worth just attacking, trying to take Paris now, and then taking Amsterdam in a turn. No, we'll do it in one turn. All at the same time, we will attack them. The French will not know what's hit them. We'll come in like a wrecking ball. Right, I promise I will not quote Miley Cyrus in another video. We might as well wait another turn because these guys are all still replenishing anyway, so one turn and they should be back to full strength, and then we can take on New Orleans at the exact same time. So it is probably worth waiting one more turn. Right, so I look forward to the next 5 minutes waiting on the Ottomans doing their stuff. Right, this is the dangerous bit. Hopefully France don't move one of their fleets back into that port. Don't do it, don't. Good, right, just you clear off up that way somewhere. French have got quite a... Don't. Bollocks! Absolute bollocks to you. Yeah, French bass. Where have you all come? Now they've got like 2 full size. Oh my word. Right. So that's well and truly put a biscuit in the soup. I mean, that's put 2 biscuits in the soup. By the time I'm finished, biscuit in the soup's going to be like a worldwide known term. See, when see when the day comes where everybody knows the term biscuit in the soup, my life is complete. And the waiting begins again. I'm actually going to time it. We're at 1 hour and 6 minutes of recording, so we'll see when the game actually decides that we're good to go and carry on. Are you back? You had a frame. We had a frame that moved. No, you're still frozen. Right, I'll give you some more time. Well, maybe. Thinking about it. You're definitely thinking about it. We've got some. Oh, there we go. There we go. So we're now at 1 hour 13. Now just ticked over to 14. 8 minutes. 8 minutes that sat there just waiting on the Ottomans, and it's frozen again. It only does it on the Ottoman. I have no idea what the Ottomans are doing that causes the game to have such a fit. But it just completely kills the game for, like, what, 8 minutes. That is outrageous. Just worked it out as 0.002 frames per second. Just wow. Absolute wow. Anyway, we've got ourselves a new rake in Arcot, which is quite useful actually, despite the fact that we're now being pinned inside it by this this army. Finally, the Muggles have been destroyed. The Marathas have taken over Akbarabad up here, their last area. So now the Muggles contain the Marathas even have taken over pretty much all of India. And we're the only people left actually controlling part of it. But we shall leave this for another day. And we shall go back here. And we shall focus on trying to take Paris. So, French have royally put a biscuit in the soup. And positioned both of their fleets back up here. Which is going to slow down the attack of Paris. But we can still take on Amsterdam in pretty much one move, I think. Because if we send those guys in there, take everybody and put them on board the ship, we can come in this port and attack Amsterdam. The other issue we have now got, apart from the frame rate, is Turin now have 2 full-sized armies positioned here rather than 1. So yeah, I'm not sure how easy it's going to be now to try and take Turin. In fact, I don't think it's going to be possible to try and take Turin in one go. So we might have to ignore Turin for the time being and wait on them attacking us in Milan and seeing if we can make sure we hold out. But the video is getting quite long, and I made a promise that we would attack France. So we're going to do it. We're going to attack France. It's probably not going to end. We're probably not going to be able to take Paris just yet. That might have to wait until next week's video. But we'll try and take Amsterdam now. Right, hang on. Why would you go there? Go into this port, walk around there, and take them up. Oh, good God. They've got the United States, Gran Colombia, Quebec. Right, hopefully the US, like, don't join either side, or if they join a side, hopefully they join our side and not France. Right, so Quebec has joined them. We've broken our alliance with the US. And we've lost... Right, they've joined them, haven't they? Brilliant! Absolutely brilliant. So we're now at war with basically the entirety of the northern part of America. Right, well, we said I would attack France, and if that's part of attacking France, then so be it. So they have a couple of armies sitting here, but it's nothing massive. So if we just go straight for Amsterdam, they have no reinforcements, they have 900 men. Right, I didn't mean to do that, I meant to auto-resolve that, but we'll do it anyway. And we'll probably just skip to the end of it, because I think it's going to be a pretty one-sided battle, given that they've got 900 men, we've got, like, over 2,000, so... Yeah, I think it should be an open-shut case. And hopefully it is. Some of our... and its French units are running away. All of the French units are running away. I mean, look at this. Could you imagine being a French, like, the French troops told to go and stand and hold the centre of the city, when you've got three regiments of cavalry run straight at you, and now like 4 or 5 regiments of infantry surrounding him entirely. Killed Jacques Henri, is murdered him on the battlefield. So yeah, they're now all running away, and we've captured the centre. And I didn't really mean to do that either. But we shall continue this, and then we'll win, and then that'll be the end of us taking over Amsterdam. Right, finally took all them out, and we've taken Amsterdam. Took a bit longer than I expected to, because well, I accidentally clicked on assault rather than auto-resolve. But it's done. We've taken Amsterdam. We have finally declared war on France after about four weeks of saying that it's going to happen. It has finally happened. So yeah, we have taken Amsterdam. Yeah, as I thought, Cologne has got a pretty large army inside it, so that's where the main that's where the main French force appears to be, is Cologne and Strasbourg, I would imagine, and down here for some reason. We will take our fleet. Right. We'll drop off our troops here and we'll walk to Paris. For some reason it's going to take 2 turns, because you can't just walk across that way, you've got to go all the way around here. That will be next week. That's probably the best place for them, to be honest. Yeah, so in a week's time we will attack Paris and hopefully beat them. Whilst we're here,
ship's orders received.
Check that out. That looks takeable. And we've taken New Orleans. It was a very even battle. We both took pretty much the same amount of each other. It just so happened I have double the number of troops as them. So yeah, they all died and we took New Orleans. And that's pretty much the only French. There's a small group of French here. Fort de Châtez is up here that we have to take. It looks absolutely minuscule. But at the same time, we now have to worry about the United States. So yeah, that might be an issue. So we might actually take the army from here and go and start making our way up. Take Savannah and Charlestown and just start making our way up into the United States as well. Just to push back, try and take as many territories as we can whilst we can before the Americans decide to send troops down our way. But that's probably going to wrap it up for this week. So yeah, it was a lot of absolutely nothing. This video is probably extremely long because it's taking now an hour and 35 into the recording. Once we get rid of all the like 20 minutes of us waiting on the Ottomans doing their thing, we should hopefully get the video down a bit. But yeah, it's yeah, it was pretty much like the first 90% of this video is going to be absolutely nothing, and then the last 10% is everything. We spent most of it just defending Arcot, which is now being besieged again, so we'll see if we can hold it onto it next week as well, but it's a very close battle with these guys, so we'll wait until next week to find out what happens with that. Europe, we took Amsterdam eventually, finally took Amsterdam. It's the only thing we've taken in Europe this week, and we will try and take Paris next week once this army is capable of moving here. It's unfortunate that they put the French ships back into these ports, because we could have taken Paris in one go, I'm pretty sure, if that wasn't the case. But alas, we'll have to wait until next week to try and take Paris. We'll see what happens with all this. We actually have quite a substantial army in Amsterdam now, given that we didn't lose too many men trying to hold on to it, so or trying to take Amsterdam. So hopefully we should be able to see off these armies, and then we'll possibly make a push towards Cologne as well next week. Turin, I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen down here. The genuines are causing absolute havoc with the frame rate in this game, just the number of flags that are going on over here. So we'll possibly look at trying to push Turin, but I might just wait and see if they come after us first, and see if we can defend ourselves in Milan before we make a push for Turin. But that again, we'll have to wait until next week. So yeah, it's been a pretty slow video up until the last little bit, but we have made our gain, and we have finally, after 4 weeks or however long it's been of saying that it's going to happen, we have finally attacked France, and it has resulted in us now going to war with obviously France, America as well, and Canada, and Bavaria down here as well. We're at war with now as well. So yeah, it could have gone better, to say the least. It could have gone much better in terms of who we're now at war with, but thankfully last week we did a pretty decent job of cleaning up our who we're at war with, so it opened up a lot of slots. So we've got a pretty hefty list of enemies there, but I don't think it's anything we don't have the ability to deal with. So yeah, that's everything for this week. So if you've enjoyed the video, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe as well if you're new, and don't forget to leave comments and stuff if you want to be featured in future videos. And until next week, cheerio.